Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of SMEs and Virtualization in Cloud. I'm Kong Yang with Graviton.
And I am Todd MUIRHEAD with VMware.
Welcome, Todd. Thank you for joining today.
Yeah, great to see you, Kong. Even though we're having to do it over the Google Hangout thing, it's still cool.
Likewise, my friend. I know if I had my druthers, we'd be meeting in person and filming this live and direct.
From the Super Bowl, of course, in New York.
Course.
That'd be the best place.
Of course. Maybe one of these days, even though my Hawks are in it to win it. So, on today's episode, as Todd alluded to, we're going to be talking about Super Bowl madness. My Seattle Seahawks are in it, and hopefully this time the refs, you guys won't take it from us. You guys awarded another Super Bowl to the Pittsburgh Steelers that they shouldn't have won. So hopefully we'll get a chance to raise the trophy for the Hawks. And we'll also one last piece. We'll also cover VMware PEX because the show is almost here.
Yeah, definitely. So on the Super Bowl thing, I thought one of the craziest things that's happened. So the week. There's 2 weeks between the last game of the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the championship. Anyway, and by the time we get to this week, the second week of Super Bowl coverage, there's always some kind of crazy stories that come out. And the craziest thing I think is this Marshawn Lynch in the press conference thing, or media availability day, where he's really uncomfortable about being around the media. So he shows up, but then he just immediately or almost immediately leaves. He literally had to climb over chairs and not people, but climb over chairs and everything just to get away from this horde of media. Did you see the clip of this, Colin? It was crazy.
Yeah, I saw that he was maintaining. I saw that he was choosing to address the media with just short words, and then like you said, doing the antics, just so that he wouldn't be fined, because he is on probation for avoiding the media. I guess if he's just delivers on Sunday, that's all he needs to do.
Well, that's the main thing. I mean, the game is the key part. He's going to be fine. He's obviously great, but it's interesting to see these guys that on Sundays are incredibly strong, brave, whatever you want to call it. They go out there and put it all on the line, and then he just has some microphones, and he's really uncomfortable and doesn't want to be there at all. And the closest thing it reminds me of is when Ricky Williams was playing for the Saints, and he had similar. I don't know if it's the same issues or not, but he had issues with speaking publicly and all that stuff. And they would go to interview him after the game, and he wouldn't take his helmet off. He would just sit there with his helmet on and the visor and the whole thing. And just
I remember that.
Like,
I remember that.
Single words, or it was really strange. It was really bizarre. To me, that's what this reminds me of. So you get to see that these guys are real people, and while their job is something we all enjoy watching, they've all got their own kind of things that they're dealing with too.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for the guy. Actually, I think it's too bad that he has to deal with all this craziness in one of the biggest weeks of his life leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then the converse to Marshawn, who is an absolute stud on the field, like you mentioned, but shies away from the attention, the interviewing piece, are folks like Jermaine Kearse, right, wide receiver for Seattle, in our wide receiving core. Folks who were not well thought of coming out in the draft, but who maintain the mantra of teamwork. So I'm really happy for those players, right, who probably wouldn't be on other teams, but made it in place. So the thing that, and I'll highlight the Seattle Seahawks wide receiving core because they've been criticized a lot this year because we lost Sidney Rice and Percy Harvin. But Doug Baldwin.
For the record, I picked up Doug Baldwin late in the season for my fantasy team.
That's a great pickup, by the way.
I'm a big fan.
I am a fan likewise. He doesn't talk a lot of schmack. He just goes out there and plays. He plays on special teams. He's one of the gunners on special teams. He plays basically special teams and as one of our starting slot receivers, right, with Golden Tate. And Golden Tate also plays special teams. Jermaine Kearse, right? So our top three wide receivers on the depth chart also plays special teams and plays a big part on special teams, right? So so all the props to those guys because we traded a number 1 pick to Minnesota to get Percy Harvin, and he's been out majority of the year. He should be back for the Super Bowl. He gives us that dynamic dimension. And we also paid a lot for Sidney Rice, and he's been out for half the season. So
should be a great game. I think that I like the Seahawks. I think they're a great team, but I think Denver's gonna win, and I'm rooting for Peyton Manning.
I know you're rooting for Peyton Manning. He was your number 1 pick, folks. Just to let you know, Todd wrote on the back of Peyton Manning.
Very good to me this year.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
He was.
Right.
Yeah, how come you didn't pass on him and take Tony Romo? Come on. You could have let Peyton Manning slide to me. I would have been okay with that. Fantasy football wise. But yeah, I'm hoping for a great game, so it should be fantastic to watch. The number 1 defense versus the number 1 offense. I think the X factor is going to be through all of this Russell Wilson. Because I think Denver's geared up to stop the run in there. I think they're gonna force Russell to win the game, and it's gonna be cold. So I think it's gonna take for the Seahawks to win. I think it's gonna take a few big plays by Russell, making it on his own, improvising and whatnot. Because I think Payne's gonna be there. He has the I guess what is that terrible win-loss record in the cold that he has, right, in there. So and it's going to be cold. But I think Denver has so many weapons, and with Manning and his IQ on the field, I think it's going to present a lot of different challenges for my Hawks defense. But it should be a great game. It should be a great game. Just like Pex is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so PEX is going to be awesome. Are you going to PEX this year, Con?
I am. So you'll find me on the solutions floor. I'll be working the booth, covering it, for Graviton.
That'll be awesome. So I'm going to be in the hands-on labs officially. For the match, I've got to be there for supporting the performance labs. But I'll definitely come over and say hi.
Absolutely.
On the show floor, and try to make the rounds, see everybody that's going to be there. It should be kind of like a mini VM world that it normally is. So it should be really interesting.
It should be. I've just been going through some of the get-togethers in the evenings, and it looks like it'll be another smashing event. A lot of goodness coming through the ranks. We'll have a major announcement or two at PEX as well. In terms of
breaking the big news.
In terms of VMware integration with Cloud Matrix. So we already supported and support VCD. So that's that was our big integration with VMware last year, and it's just looking more and more brighter, right? The relationship that we got, so it's all good.
Hey, speaking of big news, so this isn't PEX related, but today, I think it's today or yesterday, EMCIT published a blog about how they decided to go ahead and go live with their virtual HANA rollout. So they blog talking about using HANA on top of VMware.
It's cool.
So it's obviously really exciting for me. It's a project I've been working on for a while. So I'm going to have a blog of myself the next day or two pointing to theirs. So pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, that is awesome, Todd. Congrats, my friend. I know how much, for folks who don't know, for the past few years, Todd's been on point doing all the VMworld presentations on SAP HANA on VMware. So it's just fantastic, and tremendous kudos, my friend. Well deserved, and much respect.
Cool stuff, man. So now if the Seahawks win, how are we going to even put up with you? That's what I would think. You're gonna,
Hey, I'm
you're gonna
humble. I am humble.
we'll see. We'll see
Hey,
next
no,
week
no,
what happens.
I'm gonna be like Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. You know, act like I've been there before. You know, because the boys have certainly won multiple Super Bowls, and just like the Steelers and even the Broncos, right? So Packers are in that club as well. So I'm gonna act like we've been there, and it'll be big. It'll be big, definitely. As a Seahawks fan, that's what I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to a great game in there. So we shall see. We shall see, my friend. Excitement level is definitely up. Well, folks, let us know what you think. Follow us for PEC's goodness. Like Todd mentioned, Hands-On Lab is available online, but I'm sure there's some added goodness that they're gonna provide for partners. They always do. Always add something
Definitely.
new.
You gotta come by and check it out. It's gonna be cool.
Yep,
Over at HOL.
for sure. And looking forward to meeting friends and new friends at PEX on the Solutions Expo floor. So come out and check us out in the hands-on lab and on the floor. Thanks, folks. Until next time, see you guys.
Thanks, everybody.